Tonight on Food for a Fodder, we're taking a look at something that happens in every negotiation. From global diplomacy to everyday life, it's the moment when a person sets the bar so high, the expectations become bigger than the reality. And once that happens, even a reasonable outcome can look like a failure. So let's talk about what happens when demands, declarations, and public promises start shaping the story more than the actual substance. Excuse me. Analysts often point out that in major negotiations, there are usually two sets of demands: the ones meant to be taken seriously and the ones meant to be rejected. The second category is where things get, as I used to say, rather interesting. Those are the demands designed to create leverage, signal strength, or shape public perception. But they can also create a trap. When expectations are set at the highest possible level, the negotiator creates a kind of invisible scoreboard. And once that scoreboard exists, every outcome gets measured against it. Even outcomes that would have been considered wins under normal circumstances. This is where communication strategy becomes critical. If the public message is too obsolete or too absolute, too sweeping or too rigid, it can limit the negotiator's options behind the scenes. Analysts sometimes describe this as boxing yourself in, or paint yourself into a corner, something else. Because once a leader or spokesperson makes a maximalist statement, they're no longer negotiating only with the other side. They're negotiating with their audience, and that audience remembers what was promised. This dynamic shows up everywhere in international diplomacy, in business deals, in labor negotiations, even in your family disputes. The pattern is the same. When the opening position is too large, too loud, or too final, it becomes difficult to walk it back without looking like something went wrong, your uh-oh moment, even if the final arrangement is perfectly reasonable. Communication experts often warn about this. They say, if you set the ceiling too high, you turn the floor into a disappointment. And that's the heart of the issue. So here's the takeaway for tonight. When expectations outrun reality, the gap becomes the story. And that's when even a solid outcome can feel like a loss. Negotiation isn't just about what you ask for, it's about what you make people expect. And when the expectations get too big, the negotiator ends up competing with their own words. That's your food for fodder for tonight. Something to chew on as the headlines keep rolling.